So we got that epoxy down and started the skim coat. So we did a complete full skim coat all the way down the car of body filler and blocked that, minimize the body filler where I can. The idea is you block the filler until you start to see ghosting. So you'll see the primer poking through in spots. Generally, that means it's time to stop. I do it a bit differently, where once I see either bare metal or primer starting to poke through, I'll check that area. So for instance, we had a section through here that broke through the primer and a section around here. But when I put a flexible straight edge on here, I could see that we could bring this a little bit further down, the body filler that is, so we could keep blocking. And I also use, I don't know where it is, so I'm also using this to take measurements as I go. So that's like, you can't see it on the camera, but it's 0.24 of a millimeter. And what made it worse with this car, this is by far the waviest car I've ever had to block. It is insane. So this was a lot of work trying to get this to at least look respectable. And it's also time consuming trying to block these body lines in. What I might do is come back out and film when we have better lighting and you can actually see the lines. We also, that rust that I showed you, let me just grab the camera. So you notice the front glass is now out of the car because of that rust that we discovered, or that I discovered. This looked like solid metal until I hit it with a wire brush and it just ripped through it like it was paper. I mean, I shouldn't be overly surprised. It's pretty common. But as you know, we found that, and then we found the inner cowl was also rusted. We've got this rust in the pillar, and I won't bother trying to film it, but we have the rust in the passenger side floor. So because of that rust, we've obviously had to pull the front glass out. So much for trying to get this done with the least amount of disassembly as possible. That's kind of gone out the window now. Everything's dusty as shit at the moment because I'm working on the roof. I've done some filming. I'll tack that in at the end of this. But just to give you a closer look, we have a really good transition from door to door, from guard to door. Body lines look pretty good. This is looking all right. Again, decent transition. Body line's good. And same down towards the back of the car. So it's looking all right. And door gaps are looking pretty good. Door to door. It looks a little tight at the top. I might just check that with the feeler gauge. But it's at least looking respectable. It's not a show car, but it looks all right. And this is a bit of a pain in the ass, because that whole cowl section, the corner there has to come out, so we can do the outer inner cowl on the floors. But you can see we got the cowl to the door to the front guards looking right as well. The boot is also in this new epoxy. I'm going to chuck that on just to create a bit more room in the next day or so. But let's move on to the roof. This is my first crack at stripping this roof. What the fuck is going on here? Shit. Alright, still digging. This is a bit of a mess. So, a lot of that's body filler. There's a really big skim through here and some heavier spots. You can also see, look at all the surface rust and the grind marks. That's why I don't like to do like a quick scuff and shoot colour on pretty much any car, because you never know what's hiding underneath all that paint and primer. I mean, to be fair, this probably isn't the best example considering the amount of surface rust that you could visually see, but this was all under body filler. So we're done with the chemical stripping at least, and as suspected, there is no lead in this area. So I'm pretty confident that this has had a requarter at some point. I've got more evidence for that. I'll show you a little bit later. Guess I'm going to have to do some lead work. This is officially the first time I've ever brought out the 40 grit. I didn't even have any 40 grit. I had to go and buy it, but see, in a perfect world, I would probably reskin this. It's rough. I mean, I'll keep battling with it, but it's difficult because it's a roof for starters. So we need to keep the heat down. We don't want to warp it. Slow going, very slow going. Well, some progress. It's a long, tedious job, but it's turning out all right. Just to give you a closer look, that was not a dent in the middle of the roof. I just look back at the footage and it's just the different colorations where I stop and start when I'm treating all this sheet metal, trying to remove the rust and kill off whatever's left. Maybe reskinning this wasn't necessary, but a lot of hours have gone into cleaning this up. Alright, moving on to the driver's side. Believe it or not, this isn't as bad. I mean, we've got a lot of body filler, big skim coat and whatnot, but we don't have that really heavy, thick rust scale on this side. So we're kind of looking alright until we get to this. So this is where, let's get down here for a sec. So this is where the recorder joins the roof. It should be, I thought the join was around here somewhere. I don't know what the just another really quick snapshot here, just to show you how far this body filler is running down. Fair warning, this might be a bit loud, but check this out. So it's stripped. This is a mess. This is real bad. I don't even know if you can tell in the camera. You probably can't, but this whole area is just caved in. See where they've tried to join it. I'll wire brush it a little bit later. Plan of attack. I'm going to have to pull out that roof lining and see what I can get behind. I'm not going to cut all this out and re-weld it. I'm hoping to be able to massage all this area. Fucking hell, man, that's bad. I'm going to have to massage this as best as I can. And then I think I have enough lead to lead wipe it. I know I need to grab some tinning paste, but we'll come back to that. Well, stripped. I mean, there's still plenty of rust, still plenty of dents. Let's have a look over here. Man, these fucking cameras don't show up much. So I've got some pretty major dents across the middle of the roof. Got another dent right there, same as the other side, which is odd. It's a mess through here. Way less rust than the other side though. So we're going to treat all that, hit it with metal prep, mask this area up, just in case. I don't think this is going to be watertight, the weld that's through here. And I don't really want all that, the acid and shit working its way down into here and then getting on the inside of this pillar. So we've got this roof stripped, metal prepped, and I'm starting to mark out the dents that we need to look at. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on this side, not including the join. Passenger side we have 1, 2, 3. You can see, actually there's a couple of dents in there. Doesn't really show up on the camera all that well. Unfortunately, I've had to demask this side of the car because we need to get in and pull out that roof lining, because it's the only way I'm going to be able to knock those dents out. Roof lining is out. Same as about glass. So we'll go through these dents now, start taking them up one by one. So that's the first one sorted. I'm not trying to file finish this. I'm not trying to go too crazy on it because we've got a lot to get to and it's getting pretty late, to be honest. So this is good enough to a point where a light skim should be able to take care of whatever's left. Dent number 2, I'm not even sure I can get into this one. Second dent, I knew I wasn't going to be able to get this really sharp impact out, but we've got the low spot out around it, so finished that off last night. Now we're going to move on to the third dent. This gives you a better idea of what we're dealing with. This isn't actually too bad, so this shouldn't take long, I wouldn't think. Well, that's the third one sorted. There's not really much I can do about those really deep gouges. That's from the filler that was put in at some stage. So we've got 4 dents to take care of. We're going to start with the one closest to the middle of the roof. It's a good sized dent, this one. So that's dent number 4, I think. It's a shame about these gouges, but man, they really cut into this before they put the body filler in. Look at this. We did get a little bit of oil canning, but I was able to trace that down these 1, 2, 3 spots here. These areas where we just gave it a quick shrink, and we've got that oil canning sorted. Now that's not to say it's not going to come back once we start working on these. So this won't show the waviness of the panel, but might give you a better idea of the mess this roof is in. This might even be a better angle. Lovely. So we're almost there. We've just got this spot to bring up, and I might bring this up a bit. Alright, so another lot finished. That whole area is done. It's done, well, it's good enough. I'm not going too crazy on it. Dent number 8. So this one might be tricky because my pin dent puller thing is well and truly shut itself. Problem is we have all this in the way. Not really thrilled about that one. I think I might have to revisit that repair at some point. We'll just see how we go for time. On to the next one. So unfortunately, I think I might have trouble with this one too. It's a little bit further up. We might be okay. Yeah, I think we should be okay on this one. Another one done. I think that's good enough. I'm going to call it. Considering that this was originally supposed to just be a tidy up, that's good enough. Next job, we have this monstrosity to try and figure out. So this is where they replace the rear quarter. I'm still not sure how I'm going to tackle this. Either way, that's going to be tomorrow's job. Alright, took a day off yesterday. I'm having trouble with my back again. It's been alright for a while, but anyway. I gotta get this done, so back at it. I've got this section sorted. Happy with how that turned out. I've started bringing up those dents on the top or above the join. Having all sorts of trouble with that, but we'll do what we can. So we've got most of this section out. This was caved in real bad. Just got this area to go. I've got some of it up. Just put another coat on it. We are officially on the home stretch. So that's me done. We could take this further, but that's more than enough for this car. So that join between the rear quarter and the roof still isn't great, but You remember we pulled out a ton of fiberglass body filler. We'll re-lead this. I'm just waiting on the tinning paste. That should be here, I think, mid next week. So it's official. This is no longer a tidy up. It's certainly not an all-out restoration either. It's somewhere in between. What I should have done is just torn this car down to start with, stripped everything back to metal, and then evaluated the situation from that point. But oh well, coulda, woulda, shoulda.